Zacian EX is one of the most powerful and versatile cards to come out of Journey Together. And there are a number of different ways to play the deck. There are some that focus on getting a bunch of energy to use that Brave Slash. There are a number that focus entirely on that first attack Insta Strike. And the one we're going to look at today focuses primarily on that first attack, and we're going to play a variation that has Iron Valiant in it. And this one comes from Japan, specifically Kanagawa, on March 23rd, where this player, unfortunately can't pronounce their name, won the tournament with an Iron Valiant variation of the deck. And I wanted to do this one, because it's got a little bit of tournament pedigree now because it won the tournament. And two, Iron Valiant is just a Pokemon we don't see all that much, and wanted to try out how this can make Zacian better. So today we are going to be looking at this first place deck with Zacian and Iron Valiant. I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about Zacian with Iron Valiant. Zacian EX is a basic metal Pokemon with 230 HP. Its second attack does not matter in this particular build because we are only using the Insta Strike attack. For one colorless energy, we do 30 damage and 30 damage to the bench. And this doesn't seem like a lot because it's not, but we can make it more powerful with the likes of Snorlax, which boosts Hop's Pokemon's damage output by 30 when it is on the bench. We also have Hop's Choice Band, which again increases damage by 30 while also reducing the attack cost by 1. And we also have Postwick Stadium here, where it increases Hop's Pokemon's damage by another 30. So all of a sudden, we are doing 120 damage to the active and 30 damage to the bench. Turn 1 going second, you are just straight up knocking out smaller Pokemon like Charmander and Ralts, and doing some decent damage to potentially two-shot a bigger Pokemon. And that becomes even more realistic with Iron Valiant in the deck. We're not using that Laser Blade attack, we're only using it for Tachyon Bits, where once during a turn, when this Pokemon moves from your bench to the active spot, you can put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. So whether you are using this combination, like you're spreading a bunch of damage counters all over the place, and you could be using this to pile on to the active so that the Insta Strike hits harder. You could be using this to pile on to bench Pokemon so you can knock them out before they can even get set up. And it's a really cool deck. It's also a really hard deck to play. I will admit up front, this is a deck that I struggled a lot with. But when you are piloting it to its full potential, this can be very devastating. So we've got 2 counts of Zacian, 3 counts of Iron Valiant, and the Cramorant is actually a little more important in this variation of the deck. Fickle Spit does 120 damage, and if your opponent doesn't have exactly 3 or 4 prize cards remaining, this attack does nothing. So you're gonna only be able to use this at the in the middle of the game, but again, with all of the damage modifiers with the Band, the Stadium, and Snorlax, this is now doing 210 damage for as little as 0 energy. And if you've been pinging other targets with Zacian and with Iron Valiant, this can scale very quickly. For other Pokemon in the deck, we've got 1 copy of Bloodmoon Ursaluna, our endgame desperation attacker, where this attack for 5 energy, 240, way too expensive, but as your opponent takes prizes, this comes down by 1. So if they've taken 4 prizes, you can power this up for only 1 energy, and if they've taken 5, you don't need any. Fezandipiti EX is here to draw some cards after one of our Pokemon was knocked out, get to draw 3. And then Mew EX is here to draw up to 3 cards when it is on the bench, or in the active for that matter. And you can use this as a pivot as well in between knockouts, where you put Mew in the active and then you can pivot however you want. For trainer cards, we've got 2 copies of Future Booster Energy Capsule, and yes, it does make your future Pokemon's attacks boost by 20, but we're not attacking here. We're using this just for the free retreat on Iron Valiant. Surfer is a card we don't see all that much in any other decks, but for Iron Valiant, it's huge. Lets you switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon, and if you do this, you can draw until you have 5 cards in your hand, so giving you more switch options as well as some draw power. 4 copies of the Choice Band to reduce Hop's Pokemon's attack cost by 1, while also giving you a 30 damage boost. 4 copies of Hop's Bag, which lets you bench 2 basic Hops Pokemon from your deck, and yeah, just bench them right away. 1 copy of Judge for some hand disruption, where both players shuffle their hands into their deck and then draw 4 cards. 1 copy of Prime Catcher, allowing you to gust an opposing bench Pokemon into the active, and then you gust one of your Pokemon into the active. Can really help you pick the right targets to KO at the right times. 4 copies of Nest Ball to get our basic Pokemon down. 2 copies of Professor's Research, where we discard our hand and draw 7. 2 copies of Boss's Orders to gust an opposing bench Pokemon into the active. 4 copies of Arven, incredible card in this deck, grabbing an item and a tool card before shuffling your deck, and that can get you stuff like the Techno Radar, which you discard a card, get 2 of your future Pokemon into your hand. We could grab you the Nest Ball, give you the Hop's Choice Band, whatever the combination might be. Hop or Arven is awesome for that. 4 copies of Postwick Stadium to get that plus 30 damage for our Hop's Pokemon, and then 4 copies of Switch so that we can dance between the Iron Valiants as needed. Last but not least, funky energy count here. We're not using any metal whatsoever. We've got 4 copies of Jet Energy, which allows us to launch our bench Pokemon into the active, whether that is finishing our combo so we can send Zacian into the active, or continuing our chain of Iron Valiants by launching them up with Jet Energy. And then Mist Energy, where you get to prevent all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to that Pokemon. And this is going to prevent things like Dragapult's Phantom Dive being able to drop damage counters on the Pokemon with Mist Energy. Now keep in mind though, this isn't going to block Monkey Dory moving damage to that Pokemon, because Monkey Dory's Adrenabrain is an ability and not an attack. So Mist Energy will not protect you there. So the general game plan of the deck is that you want to go second, and you are definitely trying to end as many turns as you can in the early game with Zacian with that Insta-Strike attack, while the Iron Valiants are moving in and out of the active, dropping damage counters as you go. Make sure you're try to optimize where you're putting the damage in ways that will benefit you later, whether it is taking out a smaller Pokemon before they can set it up, or softening up a big attacker that you know is going to come into the active later to make it easier to land those KOs at the end. And that's your general game plan. Ping with Iron Valiant, swing with Hop Zacian in the early game. In the middle, where possible, get Hop's Cramorant in there so you are swinging for upwards of 210 damage. This is an absolutely massive attack, especially if you get some initial damage on with the Insta Strike or the Tachyon Bits. And if worst comes to worst and you're down to your last couple of prizes, Ursaluna can be there to close out the game. All right, let's get to these matches. Going first, and we go Snorlax in the active, and we'll go bring Iron Valiant in to just get an initial ping, unless they're playing something that can one-hit KO the... Huh! Okay. So we... If possible, I know this is going to be a guaranteed 70, but I kind of want that. If we go in with the... We can take out the Morpeko and then drop more damage counters, but like, not sure we can do after that. This match is tough. Like, we're just not doing enough damage. And you really have to make it up around the margins here. Triple Zorua. Okay. Hopefully they don't have much else going on, and we can try and soften this up even further, even if they evolve up. We can at least probably take out the Morpeko plus get... Let's see what they get down. Squawk? No, Darumaka. Okay. It would be nice... Even though I get the pieces, yeah, it is hard. It is very hard. Okay, let's go and grab Hop. And... Ooh, do we grab the... I think we grab the Future Booster Capsule And then we can do a solid... Yeah, we're doing enough damage regardless. And do we go double Zacian here? Or preemptively put down a Cram? No. I kind of don't want to. Like, that's snipe material right there. But I also don't want this to get sniped either. Let's go these two. Ooh, I have to put the Jet Energy on because I can't, because I put the Future Booster Capsule on. Okay. Well, let's go and put the Zacian in the active. We'll Mist Energy. And, oh, that's 60. That's not enough. There we go. 90. Yeah, Inline Ruby, you might be right. This is definitely not gelling with me like the other one. I like being able to hit stuff really hard, and being left with a handful of damage counters to place in the perfect spots is hard. It's funny though, like my all-time favorite deck in Pokemon Pocket is Aerodactyl with the fighting package, and you don't do a lot of damage with that deck, and I absolutely love it because you have like so much flexibility to put the damage counters where you want. But okay, they get the Petrarant down, they get the Darmanitan. They are potentially cooking here. Let's see. They get the Zoroark. Okay. Please no energy. Please nothing. Don't evolve the Zorua. Just stay here. That would be great. Thank you. Night Stretcher? Nope, they're going to bomb. And they'll bomb for 90-90. That's unfortunate. And yeah, we probably shouldn't have played the Cramorant then. When the Dawn build, you can... Yeah, you can copy an attack, but like, how are you getting 3 energy on... Oh, okay. They didn't take the... They softened these up, which is... That makes sense. Okay, so... If this is what we have, let's go second Valiant here. And let's actually Surfer up. Do I want to bench anything else? Like, do I want a second Zacian or anything like that? Or do we hold on to our Nest Ball? I think we hold on to it. Let's go and Surfer. We'll bring Iron Valiant in. And we'll drop the damage counters on the Zorua and the active. We'll take 1. Okay, we get a band. That's really nice. And we can go... Actually, now I might want a Zacian. Right, and now I retreat into the second Valiant. And we'll drop it on the other Zorua. And we'll put a lot of pressure on our opponent here to make something happen. Because we are swinging for 120. And go get to 50. All right, they need 2 cards. Yeah, if they can make something happen here, but we're looking pretty good. There's potential for them to take a 4-prize trade at some point here. They have no energy though. They burned all of it. They need like all sorts of stuff to happen. Short, welcome. How you doing? Can we set this up in a way where... Oh, they're going to get Zoroark out. That's unfortunate. Yeah, so that play is out. That snipe is out. But they still have no cards. They have no energy. Is there... Oh, we get Ionode. Good for them. I don't think they're going to get an attack off here. We need to get... Oh, ends PP up. So if we need to do... They might get an attack off here. Let's see. Hopefully they're stuck. Hopefully they're stuck. Nope, they're going to Subjugating Chains and put some poison on themselves, and they're just going to leave it? I mean, okay. What is our A-Spec in here? It's Prime Catcher, right? It's Prime Catcher, right? If we go... At the very least, we should be... Man, there's no way for me to check right now. I cannot remember what A-Spec is in this deck. We should drop damage counters on this. Okay, let's go in Arven. Their hand sucks. So if we can go... Yep, it's Prime Catcher. And... Yeah, we'll grab another Future Booster Capsule. Let's go and see what we can do. Okay, can I still retreat? Yes, I can still retreat. So... let's go and bring this Zoroark in. I actually don't think we get the KO here, unfortunately. Yeah, we're going to be short, but... Actually, no, I think we get him. I think we get him. 120. Insta Strike. We drop 30 on the Zoroark. Yeah, we get him. All right, let's go. Let's go. And the Ursaluna. If it really comes down to it, we do have that potential. Wow, they're putting the Darmanitan in. They will bomb. They will bomb for a lot, actually. If they get the reversal energy here, this is the perfect time for reversal energy. At which point, I'm not sure what the play is. Okay, they get the Reshiram down. Let's see, do they have... Yeah, Fez is good. What's their play? They don't have it. So they can Pecharon in and they'll snipe. But right now, they are at most taking 4 prizes in a turn. We still have the Ursaluna play. Of course, we have to find Ursaluna at the right time in order to really make that work. Oh, Black Belt's trading. And I think they might take us out here. If they do... No. One short. Okay. That's actually kind of awesome. Because at that point, this becomes a much different game. Let's go and switch out into the Valiant. I don't think we're going to get a KO here. But we will very badly hurt this Zoroark. And we'll retreat into the other one. And I think I want to give them this badly damaged one so they can't get a 4-prize play. So we'll go swing. Bring this in. We get an extra card. Hop's banned. I will hold on to that because that might be our win con here. So we'll drop 120. And they've got poison too, so like they actually have some really tough choices to make here. The 2 damage or 3 damage I don't think is all that inconsequential. Let's drop it on the Reshiram. Yeah, they have to get this out right now and then find a switch or they lose. And even if they take out like, and they also have to heal this thing, right? Like we can just Iron Valiant ping and then this is over. So I think we got him. Kind of crazy turn of events here. Whew. Yeah, I'm not built for this deck. Absolutely not. I think they need... Yeah, if they don't retreat, we just win. We are one Iron Valiant retreat away from winning the game, even if they take out... Like, I think at most... What? Roaring Moon! Here comes... Oh, man, this is... If they manage to get that set up, this is like the Hulk Hogan's about to lose to Sting, and then NWO shows up. Nah. No way. No way. They're stalling for time. Yeah. Okay. So, like, at this point, we just insta-strike and it's over. Yeah, we just win. GG's. I'm surprised that we got the win. They didn't take any prizes in that whole run. Still did 400 damage and unfortunately just wasn't able to take anything down. And I'm not necessarily sure the focusing the damage counters the way we did was the... I mean, it did win us the game pretty convincingly, going after the Zoruas and Zoroarks so that we did have potentially a 2-prize KO or what have you, like a 2-hit KO, did ultimately prove helpful for us. And yeah, N's archetype, the N archetype is kind of weird. Like it's kind of missing like a big main attack. You have snipe damage, which is pretty good. You have a revenge attack, but then you have to take a hit to take a revenge attack. It's a little awkward, but we did lose to N Zoroark, which didn't make this video, but we did lose to this deck earlier, and it was pretty bad. So for us to recover from our mistakes and get a win here was nice. And yeah, GG's. Let's go Zacian? What do we want in the active here? Okay, let's go double Zacian here. And I'll put the Valiant down too. Just so I can figure out my line of play here. Oh, they're also playing the same. They have the Monkey Dory version. That's unfortunate. Can we just get all the pieces we need to take out the Monkey Dory? And that would be ideal. So we need... Hop's Bag can get us a Snorlax. I don't think we need anything else right this second. Let's go and grab another Iron Valiant. And I think we Surfer up. We Surfer up. That gets us 4 cards. They will end up with 1 less card, but right now it looks like their hand is bad. I'm going to guess their hand is bad. Okay, we drop 1 damage counter. Oh, 2 damage counters, and it's not going to... It's... Okay, let's drop it on the Zacian. And right now, we will go into the Zacian and we'll swing for 60. Is there a way to thin our hand even more? No, there isn't. So let's go and drop even more here. Oh, no worries about the English. I'm understanding you fine. Brick on the Pokegear, please. No. Okay, what can we do? If we brick on the Hop's Bag and we go into Mew, that gives us an extra card. Man, I don't like this deck. At this point, it's probably a little too late to try and squeeze in more, like some other deck. So we'll just ride this out and see what we can do, but I am not liking this variation of the deck at all. Okay, they'll shoot themselves up. if we play our cards right, we should be able to take out the Monkey Dory. Oh, well, so much. Let's see if they move it off the Zacian or move it off the Monkey Dory. I would move it off the Monkey Dory if I were them. But I could see a world where they're thinking Zacian because that's the main attacker. Nope, they move it off the Monkey Dory. That's smart. That way we're 10 damage short of knocking out the Monkey Dory. Unfortunately, like, our hand is not good. If we brick... No, with this hand, like, I don't like this. Okay. Okay. We get the band. We might save the band for later. Is it worth it? Or do we just swing for the 120 now and knowing that we're going to go down too? Okay. Let's swing for the 120. Unfortunately, not getting in any Iron Valiant stuff here. Do we want to attach energy? I guess we're here. We might as well. We'll throw it on the Zacian, and we'll go and put it on the Monkey Dory and just force them to keep having to move that back. Hopefully on this next draw 7, we can make something happen. And I think we have to soften up the Zacian and the active at this point. Because they're going to move... They'll probably move the 30 off of the Zacian so that the follow-up Zacian can't KO. Let's see. They can't retreat, right? They don't have any outs. And at this point, you probably soften up the Zacian on the bench and make that easier to KO later. Ideally, we're not attacking with Zacian on this next turn. Oh, okay. Off the Monkey Dory. Again, trying to minimize the opportunities for us to take out the Monkey Dory. But that has its consequences as well. Man, these games are slow and annoying. They have so many cards. The Iron Valiants have not been doing much for us, admittedly. Okay, here we go. Now we can pop off at least a little bit. We can cram. Cram's actually good here. Where we get double cram, I think. And we can start dropping damage counters on... What do we drop them on? 40, 50, 60, 70. Yeah, maybe we put the pressure on the Monkey Dory here. And just say bet. And we'll go and send a Cramorant up. And the Cramorant is going to be doing 180. I don't need the belt on this one. And we're back in the game. If they're swinging with the Zacian, we're probably okay. Let's see where they go. Adrenaline, they are going to knock us out. Do we go after the Fez? That might be a play. No, they're going to boss up the Zacian. That's actually bad. That's actually really bad. Because we don't have... We can't knock out the Zacian at this point. Oh no. What do we do? Because yeah, now we've overcommitted on Crams, and we can't actually attack with either of them at this point. So I think we just lost. Ugh. Oh, we're still alive. We're still alive. Okay. If we're still alive, and that means, okay, right? This is doing, let's go Arven, and we'll go Switch Booster Capsule. Yeah, what are we... So the problem we're going to run into is they don't... If we switch one more time, we can knock this out, but we're not going to be able to... Hold on. Yeah, we're doing 210. We're going to knock out the other one here. Okay, huge. Okay, if we can get... Let's see how they play it, because they can move damage off the Monkey Dory. Right? I need... Zacian with a band will get us 120. Uh-oh. Double monkey. What does it mean? Zacian's done. I expect 2 KOs here. I expect 2 KOs. How do we... Yeah, Cram's not going to be able to attack anymore. That's for sure. If we get a third Iron Valiant... but they're going to Monkey Dory again, so like... How do we get out of this? Giving us the... Do we trap the Snorlax? Is that the play? I don't know if they have a switch out. That could buy us some time. Right now, we don't have an attacker otherwise. Yeah, they can't attack right now. We get a Zacian. That's good. Did we don't... Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I think we won. I think we won. So we go Bloodmoon. Right? We rotate, or we switch out into Ursaluna, swinging for 240. We attach energy. And we gust up the Fezandipiti. And is that game? That's game. Let's go! Okay. There we go. We got a win. I wonder if putting the damage counters on the monkey. I mean, the damage counters, like, we have extra damage counter. Monkey Dory's gonna move a whole bunch. I don't think there was gonna be a world where we were taking incremental KOs because they could just keep moving stuff back regardless of where we dropped it. But I think we were able to ultimately, like, get ourselves close enough, take big KOs with the Cramorant, and put ourselves in a position where we kind of got lucky there with the Ursaluna and the boss in hand, but able to take that big win there. GG's. There we go. That is a look at Zacian with Iron Valiant. Again, congratulations to the player that got first place at that tournament, and apologies for, I think this is a very tough deck to play, and it is one that I certainly, if I were to sit here and try and master this deck, I would need a lot more reps to get comfortable with it. I definitely did not feel comfortable piloting this and was always unsure of where to put the damage counters. This is also just a playstyle that isn't necessarily my cup of tea. I generally don't like not being able to hit for really hard damage, and having these smaller attacks that rely on placing the damage in the right spots is not my cup of tea. But maybe it's your cup of tea, and maybe this is the way that you want to play your Zacian deck, especially because it comes free in the Pokemon TCG Live Battle Pass for a limited time. Make sure to grab that while Journey Together is still on. And yeah, whether you're playing this on Pokemon TCG Live or with real cards, I hope you have fun with this one. At the very least, it is a unique deck in the meta, and it has a different way of attacking than most of the other decks in the game, and there are people that are going to love this spread damage style of play. But for now, I gotta get going. Thank you so much for watching. You can find me on all the things: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at InThirdPerson. You can find me on Twitch at InThirdPerson, where I stream the Pokemon trading card game every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, like I am right now. And check out the website, InThirdPerson.com, for more articles and videos on video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. Bye-bye!